So we are going to study about the types of rivet joint according to the rows, and we are explaining briefly these riveted joints. So in the simple words, by this name we can also identify what is single riveted joint. So single riveted joint, in this type of joint only the single row of rivet used in lap joint and the board joint both, and this riveted is also used in some low load or less load. The double riveted joint, in this type of joint, there is double row of rivets used in both lap joint and board joint also. Next is the triple riveted joint. In this triple riveted joint, this is a triple row of rivet used in both lap joint or board joint also. Next is quadruple riveted joint. In this type of joints, these are multiple rows of rivets used in lap joint or board joint. But quadruple riveted joint is basically have the 4 rows or more than 4 rows. We can also call these riveted joints as quadruple riveted joints. And I am going to show you the types of rivets of single according to our row. So here these two are the single riveted lap joint and double riveted lap joint, and these two are single riveted board joint and double riveted board joint. We have recently studied about the lap joint and the board joint, and in this diagram we can identify where is the lap joint and where is the board joint. These are the lap joint because the one plate is overlapped to the another plate, but in this board joint this is the main plate and this one is the cover plate we have to take for the board joint. So in this diagram, this is single riveted lap joint. See, here only one row is riveted or one row has the 3 holes, but in double riveted lap joint there are two rows having 6 holes. In one row that is 3 holes, and in another row having the 3 rows. So this is called double riveted lap joint. In comparing the single riveted or the double riveted is more stronger than the single riveted is basically. And next is single riveted board joint, double riveted board joint. In the single riveted board joint, see this is a plate that is colored as brown, and this is a plate that is colored as yellow. We are taking the both plates and we have to take another cover plate to justify our rivet joint, to complete our board joint. So in this is the single riveted board joint. This is the plate, this is one plate, and this is another plate, and see in this plate only one row is there, and in one row having 4 holes, and in another plate is also same as like that. In one plate there are 4 holes. So this is called single riveted board joint. But here it is the double riveted board joint. In double riveted board joint, here see, this one is the main plate and this one is the another main plate that is colored as yellow, and we have to take as usual a cover plate. But here from this to this is one plate and from this to this is one plate, but here we are taking 2 rows. See, in this plate we are taking 2 rows and there are 8 holes in one plate, and another plate having also the same holes and same rows and same holes also. So this is called double riveted joint. And comparing for single riveted board joint and double riveted board joint, also the double riveted board joint is more powerful or more stronger than the single riveted board joint. Though the riveted joints are the permanent fastening, but if we are using the more holes, more rows of rivets, they will get stronger. So next is our Methods of riveting. So in the methods of riveting, it is the method to produce the riveting joint. So the function of rivets in a joint is to make a connection that has strength and tightness. The strength is necessary to prevent failure of the joint, and the tightness is necessary in order to contribute to strength and to prevent leakage as in a boiler or in a ship hull. So the riveting joint, basically the extensive of use of riveting joint is in the boiler, like your pressure vessel, your ships. Those are the example which we can use, or we are extensively using riveting joints. So in these methods of riveting, the two properties are there. One is strength properties and another is tightness properties. The strength is necessary because to prevent the failure. We can also face the failure at any time of riveting joint operation. But if the material has the strength properties, so it may prevent the failure of the joint. And another one is our tightness properties. The tightness properties is what? The tightness is necessary in order to contribute to strength and to prevent leakage as in a boiler or in a ship hull. Either it was a boiler or either it was a ship, either it was a pressure vessel, the tightness properties should be there because to prevent the leakage on that material. Also the tightness properties contribute the strength, because without our tightness properties, strength properties is also weak. So the tightness is necessary in order to contribute the strength and to prevent leakages in boiler also, in ship's material also, in pressure vessel also. Next is when two plates are to be fastened together by a rivet, the holes in the plates are punched and rimmed or drilled. When we are taking two plates and we wanted to fastening together the plates, then we have to create the holes, and by that holes we can enter the rivet. But how to make that holes? By punching or by rimming or by drilling we can make the holes in plates. So punching is the cheapest method, is used for relatively thin plates and in structural work. We can use punching processes because it's the cheapest method, and basically we can use the punching processes. So since punching injures the material around the hole, therefore drilling is used in most pressure vessel work. But we cannot use the punching processes in pressure vessel work. We can use the drilling process to make the hole in pressure vessel. In structural and pressure vessel riveting, the diameter of the rivet hole is usually 1.5 mm larger than the nominal diameter of the rivet. So here I am going to show you the methods of riveting. See, this is one is die, this is tail, this is original head, and this is backing of bar. This is the initial position of method of riveting. That is the initial position. When we punched that hole, or when we drilled, or when we rimmed that hole, then it is the final position of method of riveting. The die and tail is fixed, and the original head and backing of bar is also fixed. So this is the diagram of initial position and the final position during riveting procedure or during riveting joint. When we don't use the punching, drilling or rimming, or after that when we are doing the punching processes, drilling processes or the rimming processes. So this is two position of different kind of time and different position of riveting joint.